Boys, a major breaking news are echoes in Club FC Barcelona. Barca is in for Laporte. We will have a conversation on why Barca Emerick Laporte. Same Barcelona, Ferran Torres. It seems Paris Saint-Germain still they are in for Ferran Torres. They are still pursuing Ferran Torres. You better have a conversation about that. And I will call Chelsea. Aston Villa has submitted a deal for Garnacho. And we say we do come out. Now so Real Madrid. There's an update concerning Rodri and Michael Olise. You better have a conversations about that. And also Barcelona player Pedri. Update about Pedri. You better come out whether I say a transfer and I transfer. You better come out. This is Mr. Marvel Football Daily. I didn't come out about major football stories you should know. Make sure you like, subscribe. Now they have to notification button. Click all so you drop a content and you'll be the first person to view. Now when you go to Barcelona, Barca Emerick Laporte. The main reason why Barca Emerick Laporte needs it, you know already Hansi Flick system, no, it needs a left-footed centre back. Since last season, Hansi Flick had a problem with the left-footed centre back rule. He had to convert Gerard Martin, who was a left back, to a left-footed centre back, Obama and Fire. But you know, if you want to go forward in the Champions League, I'm not saying Gerard Martin isn't a good centre back, but you need a proper centre back with experience. Our partner, Pau Kubasi. So Barca after sitting down almost share World Cup as Spain for Konya, US, Canada, and Mexico, 2026 World Cup champions, Spanish national team, Barca have come into conclusion. They said they will go in for Emerick Laporte. They will go in for Emerick Laporte. Now Laporte in some say so Laporte is having 50 million release clause. 50 million release clause. And Laporte, I 33 or 34 year old if I'm being right. I stand to be corrected there. But the thing is, Barca they would like to negotiate. But you see, Barca is having a bad relationship with Athletic Bilbao as it stands. You know, previous season, what happened between Bilbao and Barcelona concerning Nico Williams in it, Barca, they're going to negotiate with Athletic Bilbao over Emerick Laporte, a big difficult. Even if Bilbao is ready to sell Laporte, they will refer FC Barcelona to the 50 million release clause. For a 34-year-old there, 50 million will make a lot of sense, though. But you see, Barca they are not ready to pay 15. Barca going to charge 7 million for Emerick Laporte because already someone like Inigo Martinez, before he came into Barcelona setup, Barca had Inigo Martinez on a free transfer. So right now, Emerick Laporte, so Barca and they have to pay 15 million. So as it stands, we don't know whether Barca is going to pay 50 million for Emerick Laporte. We don't know. But as it stands, Barca ain't interested in Emerick Laporte. You know it. Said Laporte, the experience, he played in Manchester City under Pep Guardiola. And later on, he felt out of the favor of Pep Guardiola. He went to Al Nassr or Bobo Kakana. Later on, Bilbao for no more player on Thomas City, so they have to go back for him. And I was back to the club, He was solid because he was part of the defensive masterclass. The Spanish national team distributed at the World Cup. So you should know, say, Barca for any because if you are able to get a centre back or contribute to the success of the Spanish national team, one of the best defensive masterclass in the last 4 episodes of the World Cup, you should know, because Spain conceded only 1 goal and Laporte was an integral member of the Spanish defense. So you should know Barca will need Laporte. And considering the fact that a left-footed centre-back, FC Barcelona as a club. Now, when you go to Barcelona once again, Ferran Torres, it seems Paris Saint-Germain has not given up on Ferran Torres. After the World Cup, Barca watched the performance of Ferran. And they said, no, Ferran can be a trusted starter. Because Ferran there, what if one in Cotton is obey that number 9 now, obey more bunch of goals, But from bench, Ferran can offer something. Ferran, I can't in 1 year pay and on a contract. So Barca ends near renew till end of the next summer. It means that Ferran Torres might leave free agent. So Barca from person more avoid this. So they want to renew Ferran Torres. Paris Saint-Germain fully interested in Ferran Torres. Liverpool too are interested in Ferran Torres. But Paris show strong interest in Ferran Torres because in the success of this Paris Saint-Germain team, they had someone, not a class substitution in the shape of Goncalo Ramos. We all remember Goncalo Ramos, what he did for Paris Saint-Germain, no, or no, on started, but from the bench, no make a difference. So Paris Saint-Germain, funny feeling, say, if they sold Goncalo Ramos to Team AC Milan, then they should get in someone who probably replace Ferran, that is Goncalo Ramos, which is Ferran Torres. And you know, say in terms of clutch movement, someone gave him the wouldn't free bench, but from nowhere was plenty space to score. Ferran is one of those players, you know. So Luis Enrique will need Ferran Torres to do that job, you know. So PSG are trying to persuade Ferran Torres. Said, well, yeah, how many Barca for better than they negotiate. Barca stance remains the same. If Paris Saint-Germain help Ferran Torres, they should pay 50 million euros for Ferran Torres. So as a stand, we don't know say, whether PSG bet to have the 50 million euros now, but there is still interest on Ferran Torres. So that's one thing I also concerning Ferran Torres. Barcelona also called Pedri. There's a conversation I also concerning Pedri. Pedri Gonzalez, you know, when you have the best of World Cup, and now Barca fans they expect it from Pedri. And the Pedri, you know, instead of say players in taking 3 weeks off, you know, Pedri in 3 weeks, you know, saying what structure, no, he will use 1 week for holidays to rest, not 2 weeks, you know, on in the physical trainer Julio Tus and Juma behind the scenes to regain match fitness for next season, because Barca's aim next season is to compete and reach the final of the Champions League next season. Because even Barcelona players, you know, after winning the World Cup, you know, majority of the players are having the mindset that next season they've been able to achieve everything with the national side. They are kind of say they will win the ultimate for FC Barcelona. So when they ask Lamine Yamal that then or you should be, you know, or say they are coming to win the ultimate, that's the Champions League with FC Barcelona. So Barca players in any bring next season, they want to compete in the Champions League and win it. So Pedri being an integral member of the Barcelona team, you know, he has started his fitness training. Said at the end of the day, you know, he will stay fit throughout the season. So important period of the season, you know, on Concopra. Now for regaining the form now name, you know, FC Barcelona. No. That's an update that also concerning Pedri Gonzalez. When you go to Real Madrid, Club Real Madrid, it seems the members, that's the socials, you know, or manage Rodri, huh? They want Florentino Perez to bring in Rodri. Now, one factor our Real Madrid for one person Rodri ban said, they feel like Spanish national team World Cup achieve success, and they can't single-handedly mention a Real Madrid player's name or contribute to the success of Real Madrid. Which they feel say no, Barcelona set the brand of Real Madrid. Because you can mention say even 2010 no, Barcelona players, although they were dominant in the Spanish national team, but there were Real Madrid players in the setup and also contributing here. The likes of that's Xabi Alonso, there was the likes of that's Casillas, Sergio Ramos. No money now I was set up with him. So you should know say Real Madrid for no almost say Rodri, one factor only here Rodri in it. They will need an integral member of the Spanish national team of Real Madrid. So then Madrid for no should append the signature of Rodri. And a second factor so Madrid can say. Now, when you check the profile of Madrid midfielders right now, it seems the only player or the closest profile to Rodri, though, Obi to say Bernardo Silva in terms of control. That's in terms of control. But they feel like if they have Rodri, they are going to solve their control problem for the next 4 years. Because Madrid any sole controller. And next season, new circulating Real Madrid, they say the one who will be operating from the right wing might be Bernardo Silva. And it means it's Madrid, you know, Bernardo Silva now, at least you offer a bit of control in midfield, you know. Ekobo at the right wing position there. It means Madrid will need a controller. And you didn't come out for say teams who have been able to win the Champions League, you know, majority of them no more controller. Oko 2020, 2020 Bayern had Thiago Alcantara. When it comes 2021 Chelsea, not our Jorginho or Honum. When it comes 2022, there was Toni Kroos. When it comes 2023, Rodri. 2024, there was Toni Kroos. 25 and 26, there is Vitinha. So you will need a controller because football is evolving. So they will need Rodri. But the main blockage for the Rodri deal, you know, Florentino Perez. And beyond him, the main reason why Florentino Perez is blocking the deal of Rodri. And I just feel say at this point, maybe a bit nearby say the age factor of Rodri, you know, Florentino Perez MP. He would like to go in for a younger midfielder than Rodri. Until where Madrid ni agent was say should Madrid sign Rodri? That's the question. Try to comment section if Real Madrid to sign Rodrigo Hernandez Cascante from Manchester City because Rodri himself, you know, on Madrid no bebo. On hide that on Madrid no bebo. So Madrid no, they should do their things well and sign Rodrigo Cascante for Manchester City. But as it stands, the one or against the deal of Rodri, no, friends, you know, Perez. The rest of the socials, no, they want Rodri. On team, no. When they go to Chelsea, Ali Garnacho, any offer. Ali any offer. Sonny, Garnacho leave my club. You see, I stay here for Eddie offer about for Garnacho. I want the offer about for Garnacho. Already, AS Roma for no more pay Garnacho on loan. First offer when they call Chelsea, what say? I'm bet to Garnacho. That's loan fee, no. Now after I'm the ashamed say that Garnacho ate me and for some number of games they are going to buy Garnacho. But Chelsea for 1 year smart enough. And we say, what happened to them concerning Nicolas Jackson? After say that's buying president, honorary president, that's Oli Highness, everything comes no. Player no, almost I give him money at all. So Chelsea for no money shame say, your obligation to buy. So you have the obligation say, ube to escano, so open player na on plan on the idea my. That's open my. That's a condition say, it reach to a point, player to about 20 games, 25 games, and I sign on a permanent basis. No, Chelsea for don't accept this. In terms of Roma doing it very slow. Right now, Aston Villa for no, Garnacho. Aston Villa, the moment he had Garnacho, Morgan Rogers last season, apart from him playing as a number 10, no, we've talked about the versatility of Morgan Rogers last season. You know what I mean? But across the attacking line, baby, I'm Unai Emery team, no. Right now, the Morgan Rogers, Chelsea, Ababa Betono. So Aston Villa for no, they make a lot of sense over this Kaketo Akwakofa Ali Garnacho Ababa Bishim. Because if a club like Aston Villa all less pressure there, I think Garnacho will flourish. Because Chelsea, you know, you can't give one performance today, one good performance today, the following week you give a bad performance. The media is going to attack you. It is an air also concerning Garnacho. So Aston Villa for no air Ali Garnacho. So the Uberton Garnacho say. Oh, there be no more funny free say. Now somebody is still in a cut off free man. But some in a 40 be 40. And the Aston Villa for them for 40 bra for Ali Garnacho. I think say
first loan deal come 9 million.
Yeah.
The following year you only 30 about so.
Yeah, it may make a lot of sense. And the Ali Garnacho, yes, in the Ali Garnacho, no. Aston Villa first show interest in Ali Garnacho. Whether they are going to buy Ali Garnacho, that one day only the future will tell, and what Chelsea wants, you know. So Aston Villa to me there. That's fine. But for now, no, Chelsea Football Club, no, Ali Garnacho. Aston Villa for no show interest in Chelsea for no. So this has been another episode on Mr. Marfo Sports. Make sure you like, you subscribe. Now they have to push notification. So when you drop a content, you'll be the first person to view. I'm out.